Peace and Yah bless. This is Yeremi ben Israel, the servant of Yah, the Holy One of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. I want to come to you briefly to discuss Isaiah chapter 49. Okay, let's see, Isaiah chapter 49, the 13th through the 21st verse, and I come here specifically for the 14th verse. Okay, and those who've been serving Yah with all their heart and soul, I just want to give those more, those who've been serving Yah more clarity on this passage in this parable with Yah, which Yah is speaking. Okay. And I just want to, before I start, I want to direct your minds to Ezekiel chapter 36. Okay. And in Ezekiel chapter 36 is pretty much similar to this parable here, this passage from 13 to the 21st verse, where Yah is actually speaking to the land, like it talks about in Ezekiel 36, when Yah says, Ezekiel prophesied to the mountains of Israel. Okay. And Yah, in that parable in Ezekiel chapter 36, Yah is telling Ezekiel to prophesy directly to the land. Okay, and that's very similar to what's going on here. So you can go on your spare time and read Ezekiel chapter 36 for yourself to get more clarity on what's being said here in this parable. All right, but I just wanted to direct your minds, okay, to that, so you have more understanding on what's going on here and what's being said here. Okay, so I'm going to do this briefly because I know people, their attention span is very short, and people, have, their time is very limited. So I'm going to get right into it. It says, "Sing, O heavens, and be joyful, O earth, and break forth into singing, O mountains. For Yah have comforted his people, and will have mercy upon his afflicted. But Zion said, Yah have forsaken me, my Lord, or my Holy One have forgotten me." And why is Zion, saying this? Okay, because like I said, keep in mind, this is a parable, and Yah is a master poet. Okay, and Yah is speaking to the land of Jerusalem, okay, the land of Zion, as if Zion is an actual woman. Okay, and Zion is asking Yah, have you forsaken me? And why is Zion asking this? Because Zion, the land of Jerusalem, has been barren, okay, have been forsaken of her inhabitants for over 25 plus 100 years. And why is this? Because her true inhabitants are scattered, okay, to the western side of the world, okay? And like it talks about in Joel chapter 3, Yah was going to remove Jerusalem far away from her border. So the true inhabitants of Zion are in captivity. So Zion is asking Yah, have you forsaken me? Okay, have you forgotten me? Okay, so this is not the people asking this. This is the land of Jerusalem, all right? You have to understand the parable. Asking Yah, have you forsaken me? And then Yah goes on to answer her. It says, can a woman forget her sucking child, that she should not have compassion on the son of her womb? Yeah, they may forget, yet I will not forget you. All right, because Yah has made promises. Yah has put forth prophecies that he was going to bring the true inhabitants of Jerusalem back. Behold, I have graven you upon the palm of my hands. Your walls are continual before me. Thy children shall make haste. And who's thy children today? It's us here in captivity. And Yah is saying that surely we will come. And thy destroyers and they that made thee waste shall go forth of you. And Yah is in the process of doing this now. Okay. And this is the destroyers, the descendants of Esau. Okay. And all the inhabitants who are in the land today. Okay. That make the land waste. Okay. That destroy the land with all their idols and images. Okay. Yah will make them soon run away from her, and then her destroyers shall go forth of her. This is what Yah is telling the land of Zion, Jerusalem. Those who inhabit her today will go forth of her. Lift up thine eyes round about, and behold, all these gather themselves together. Who are these? It's us when we return. And come to you. As I live, saith Yah, you shall surely clothe thee with them all, as with an ornament, and bind them on you as a bride does, because the land of Zion is going to wear her true inhabitants when we return like an ornament, as a bride does. Okay, so this is the land talking. All right, this is Yah speaking in parable to the land of Zion, telling Zion surely that children are going to come. All right, Yes, you've been forsaken for over 25 plus 100 years, okay, because you're the true inhabitants have been scattered into captivity because of what our forefathers did, because of the iniquity of our forefathers. And Yah have removed us far from the land, far from our borders. And Zion is asking Yah, have you forsaken me? And Yah is telling her, no, I will never forsake you. Your children shall surely come. For thy waste and desolate places, you see that? In the land of your destruction, shall even now be too narrow by the reason of the inhabitants. And they that swallow thee up shall be far away. And what is Yah saying? Those who dwell in the land now, Yah is going to remove them because that place is too narrow. It's either you about the law or the land will, or that land will spew you out. It's too narrow by reason for the inhabitants, those that swallow her up. Yah saying they shall be far away, because if you're not about the law, Yah is going to remove whoever is not about the law. And Yah has already started that, because in the way I'm looking at it, those of you who've been listening to the news has been going on over there in the land, okay, those asylum seekers, these Hamitic asylum seekers, these refugees, Yah is in the process of removing them. Okay, that's why the descendants of Esau gave them 90 days, okay, in order to either pack up their stuff and leave or face imprisonment. This is Yah, because Yah is right now removing the inhabitants because the land is too narrow. It's in the process of becoming too narrow. You're either about the law of the Most High or you're not, or you're going to be removed. Okay, and it starts with what's going on now with these Hamites that's in the land, and then eventually Yah's going to run the descendants of Esau out. And then all those Palestinians who are about Islam, they're going to be run out. Okay? Because you see they're not talking about trying to, they're not giving the brothers in Dimona, Mizpeh, and Tel Arad, they're not giving them ultimatums to leave. They're not telling Beta Israel, the so-called Ethiopian Israelites, okay, Samaria, they're not telling them, giving them an ultimatum, telling them they have to leave. Because they are the true inhabitants of Israel. Yah is removing the Hamites. Then he's going to remove the Edomites. And then he's going to remove those Arab Palestinians who went all into Islam and all that garbage. Okay? The children which you shall have. After you have lost the other. The children which you shall have. Who are the children that Zion will have? Those of us who return. After you have lost the other. Who's the other? Our forefathers. Yah removed our forefathers from the land of Jerusalem because of their iniquity. Okay, now when we return, the children which you shall have, you have to understand how to read, okay, what's being said. Understand who's talking and when they're talking. Now the children, now this is what we will say, the inhabitants when we return. All right, shall say again in your ears, the place is too straight for me. Give me place that I may rest. And why? Yeah, it's straight because you have to walk a direct path. And those who return to the land of Zion, this is going to be a place of our rest. Okay, this is our dwelling place. This is us returning to our former state. This is, yes, give us the place is straight, because you have to be about the law. We're going to be about the law, those who make it. Give me place that I may dwell. Then you shall say in your heart, this is what the land of Zion will say in her heart. Who have begotten me these, seeing I have lost my children, and am desolate, a captive? Okay, and what does it mean, a captive? Because different nations control the land of Zion and removing to and fro. Because like I said, different nations, different empires have been controlling the land of Zion. Like Yah talks about in Ezekiel chapter 36, okay, the residue of the heathen, those who hold the height of the hill now, okay, they control Zion. So she's been removing to and fro. You had the different Islamic nations that have been coming up into Zion. Now you got the descendants of Esau. Behold, I was left alone. I was left alone. Like my true inhabitants have not been here. I've been a land desolate of her true inhabitants. I've been lonely. These, where have they been? The inhabitants, where have they been? Well, we've been in captivity. And Yah is going to bring us back. This is why when you come here to verse 14, anyone who has it in their heart that's asking Yah and questioning Yah, has Yah forsaken you in these days and times? You clearly are a person of no faith, a person of no understanding. And those who have wisdom, like it talks about in Isaiah chapter 44, Yah makes the wise men, he turns the wise men backward. Because if you asking yourself, has Yah forsaken you, and you have understanding in this book, supposedly, anyone, I'm talking, this is for anyone who asks themselves, have Yah forsaken him, you are clearly a person whose faith is shakable. Because Yah has made promises, and Yah will never forsake the inhabitants of Zion, those who turn to Yah with all their heart and soul, Deuteronomy chapter 30. So if you're asking yourself this, okay, then you really need to do some self-evaluation, because if you are asking Yah, have Yah forsaken you in these days and times, when you're supposed to understand, like it talks about in Isaiah chapter 55, nothing returns to Yah void. So if Yah said he's going to deliver Zion, that's exactly what he's going to do. Okay, and you should never have it in your mind and ask yourselves, have Yah forsaken you? You're supposed to be strong, ye people of Yah, the inhabitants of Jerusalem. We have to be the strongest of the three sisters. And that shows weakness if you ask yourself, if Yah forsaken you during these days and times, after where everything Yah is showing us. Okay? So don't be weak-hearted, ye people that read this. Be strong. Be of good courage. And don't let people twist these things up, okay, to try to make wrong right. Okay? So this is Yah. This is a parable between, and this is a conversation between Yah and the land of Zion. And the land of Zion is asking Yah, have you forsaken me? Yah is saying, no, I will never forget you. I will never forsake you. I am going to bring your children. And the destroyers, those who are inhabiting the land today, the descendants of Esau and all those people who make the land waste, Yah's going to remove them. And Yah's going to return the true inhabitants, and the land is going to wear the inhabitants like an ornament, as a bride does. All right, the place is too narrow, because the land of Zion, you either about the law or Yah's going to remove you. And that's what Yah's doing to those people who inhabit the land today. He's removing them because the place is too narrow. You either about the law or Yah's going to get rid of you. And then when the children that she shall have, when Yah brings the true inhabitants of Zion back, okay, seeing that she's lost the other, our forefathers, Yah removed them. Yoel chapter 3, Jerusalem and Yahudah shall be removed far away from their borders. And that's what happened. That's why we on the other side of the world today. Give me place that I may dwell. Who have begotten me these when we return? Seeing I have lost children. See, this is not the inhabitants. This is not what people are saying. This is what the land is saying today. This is what the land is asking Yah. Where have they been? We've been in captivity, but Yah is in the process of returning us. So don't get shaken up. Okay? And don't get confused. Okay? When people try to make wrong right. And trying to fit that square peg into the round hole. Okay, see, be of courage, ye inhabitants of Jerusalem that dwell on the daughter of Babylon. Okay, and in the islands, and on those who still inhabit it. All right, the western coast of what they call Africa today, in Niger and Nigeria. Okay, be of good courage. Yah will never forget us. Yah will never forsake us. So don't even ask that in your mind. Don't even have that in your heart. Never doubt Yah. Like Yah told Sarah through the angel, is anything too hard for Yah? Nothing is too hard for Yah. So don't never let your faith be shaken. You hit a bump in the road and then you want to be asking yourself if Yah forsaken you. Be of good courage. So with that, peace and Yah bless to those who serve Yah with all their heart and soul.